Hi again. How could you say hi in Italian? Just hi, though, no matter the hour.
Well, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao would be, but if for friends it's ciao or
Ciao, yes.
Buongiorno, buonasera.
Buongiorno, principessa. It's already, yes, it's already taken, so to say.
At this time we can say buongiorno.
Yes. Ciao, yeah. You know that they are using ciao a lot in Banat, in Timișoara. They are saying ciao all the time, but they don't write it as ciao as in Italian, but as they hear it. And it's really funny because being written like that is the beginning of Ceausescu's name. And they had a film festival in there called Ciao Cinema.
I know.
And I said, for goodness sake, what are you doing? So the revolution started in Timișoara, and you took the name of Ceausescu to make a festival. I said, and they said, no, for us it's ciao, like in Italian, but why do you write it like that? And they said, because we can hear it like that. Okay, so ciao. Ciao, Laura, because we know each other for a long time already, since your very first arrival in here, because you are traveling a lot. That's why I'm saying the first arrival. Yes, and the party at the embassy. So we are very glad to have an Italian film in here, and we are going to have also the film director and the film actor, because he's acting director. Yes. Okay.
It's a one-man show, actually.
Yes, exactly.
So he wrote the film, he directed, and he acted in it. So
and it was first a play. It was played in a theater, it seems. Yes. But I think it worked as a play because it's one day and the night. You don't need too much setting or something in there. But it's quite intense. Yeah. Did it work in Italy? I mean, people went to see it, or they were a little bit afraid by the title?
No, I don't think so. No. I think he has not an enormous success, because the problem for some movies is, of course, the problem of distribution. So if the movie
is an independent one, I think.
Yeah, it's an independent one, so it hasn't... it hasn't found a lot of cinemas for screenings. That's why I think that it wasn't a huge success, but with a lot of good critics
And people talked about it, courage to call it like that, because it's funny, because somebody from the jury, because I'm also in the jury, and she said, oh, yes, I know that film, yes, I've seen it. It's called The Phone, because it could be called The Phone, to tell you the truth. So it's probably, she was a little bit, she was feeling strange to call it toilet, just like that. And I said, oh, The Phone. It's true that the main character is a guy, but I think that the second character there is the phone, because through the phone he tried to establish everything in his life and so on. We are not going to tell anything more about what is happening in there. Yes, no spoiler, no. But I think it's a courage to call it like that. And but how do you say toilet in Italian?
Well, we can say toilet the same way. We can say bagno.
Bagno, yes.
But
usually it's bagno, yes. Like we do it in Romanian, because we have the Romans in here, and so we have also baie.
Or toilet.
I'm going by, or like in French. Toilet.
Like in French,
like in French or so. Yes, I know, but. It was at the beginning I was a little bit shocked, I must admit it, and I
by the title.
By the title, I told it was the first one he sent it to me, and I said, for goodness sake, what that? Yes, and he's very enthusiastic with the film. I think it's a film for men more than for women. You know, I'm always saying that there are films for men and films for women. So, for example, the war films and so on, which are usually, or the scientific one, which are more for men than for women. The romantic one are for women, and so. But he was so enthusiastic, and I said, okay, I'm going to see it. And then, of course, I changed my mind a little bit. So it's,
Well, as the director is coming, we will ask about this,
Yes,
about
of
the
course.
title.
Yes,
I
yes,
think it's interesting. From my point of view, I think that probably in Italy is not too considered too
vulgar.
Yeah. To call it like that. I don't know why he actually choose to call it, because it's about the place, the space where the film is.
But he could choose an elevator, for example.
Yeah, it could have done with the phone. Actually.
Yes, but it was done. It was even a Romanian film happening in an elevator, but it wasn't a comedy. This one, at least, until a certain point, is a comedy. So that's a different. It was a horrible drama, the Romanian one, but we are more dramatic. That's for sure. Yes.
No, this one. So the director Gabriele Pignotta has called it like dramedy. Drama comedy.
Drama and comedy. Yes. Nai Karanfil used always this word for his film, so it's from him that we heard it first. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's it's the story of a man who is struggling in modern times, because he has too many things. The work is not working.
But we have to keep them watching it. We can't tell them too much of what's happening in there. But it's a little bit about family again, because all films are about family a little bit.
Well, in Italy, yes. Well, the Italians are always. Everything is about family.
Even if it is a divorce, which is something recently invented, more or less, because until a certain point it was more or less unthinkable. We know quite all on the time of Carlo Ponti and Sofia Loren, it was a little bit too complicated. But in the meantime, as Enea called his whole festival, simple is complicated. Yes, it's very complicated to be quite simple. So you are back from Italy. Have you seen any film? You didn't have time to see a film.
No, unfortunately, I didn't have time to see any movies, because we were actually in Florence for work.
No.
Yeah. So the location was wonderful. Was Palazzo Vecchio, and during 3 days we confronted with other colleagues, other directors of Italian Cultural Institute abroad.
From Romania too, I suppose.
Sorry?
From Romania too?
From Romania was me. So no, it is just with all the Italian Cultural Institutes.
I saw that everywhere.
No, there are my colleagues from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And so the directors of all the Italian Cultural Institute all over the world, so director from Tirana, from New York, from London, from Melbourne, etc. So we were all together and we discussed about our job, our strategies for the future, some informations and some strategies also from our ministry. So it was a very intense 3 days period. So I'm just back.
Just back in here. I was just thinking that the latest film with Florence that I've seen, it was Zeffirelli's film, A Tea with Mussolini, is happening in Florence. So there were the 100 years since the very birth of Zeffirelli. So I think, as it is in Romania for Ion Popescu Gopo, it's an important film producer and director, and also cartoonist and everything. Yes, and that's why the whole festival it's for him. So that's why I was just thinking about the people born the same years, like another very important also theater director, Liviu Ciulei, again 100. So you see so many important people that we met or we've seen in our life, and were born the same year 100 years ago, so a century. Yes, I think it's a nice connection in between. Have you seen any Romanian film recently, or not so much?
Yes.
What have you seen?
I saw the most recent Radu Jude's film in Locarno. I went to Locarno.
You were there?
Yes, I was there. So I also I met him just after the Q&A with the press, and I loved it. Well, it's one of my...
It's even more shocking than the toilet,
yes,
that's for sure. Yes.
Radu Jude is always a bit...
I think it's...
shocking, but I love him.
I think it's the pinnacle of... I don't know what could he invent more than that, but you know, for you it's easier because during the translation there are things that a little bit are... not so. I mean, not so cruel, not so vulgar that they are in Romanian. Because no, they are not tricking the translation, but simply you don't have the words in your language.
So it's more shocking for you.
For us, it's
for me.
hugely shocking. So yes, yeah. But he got a prize, the third prize.
Yes. Well, I think that the cinema was full. I think it was.
But it was outside or inside? Because there is also
inside, but it was this huge pavilion, so it's not really a cinema, and it was kind of the place where you have conventions, something like that. So it was huge.
How many seats for you?
I think it was around, I don't know, 2,000, something like that.
2,000.
So very.
But there is also, as far as I've seen in photos during the year and so on, there is an outside also.
Oh yes, in the piazza. Yes.
Because I think there are more seats. I can imagine.
Yes, I think that one is 3,000, something like that. Very. Yes.
It looks like the one from Cluj, maybe. Have you been to TIFF?
Yes.
Yes, you've been to TIFF, yes.
But I think Locarno is bigger, probably. Not sure, but I think it is. And so, and I saw there were 2 Italian movies during the screenings in the piazza. One is the one about the Laura Lucchetti. Another Laura, yes. And it's about Cesare Parese. And the other one is Edoardo Leos. I forgot the title, but it's a new version of Otello.
Oh!
Yes, in like in Napolitan Gomorrah style of Otello, let's say so.
It's something, yes. But we know that Shakespeare loved Italy, so we can do it.
Yes,
they can do it, in fact, not us.
Yes.
It could work, yes.
But it was a very interesting edition of Locarno. It was my first time, actually, in Locarno.
But Locarno is an Italian-speaking or French-speaking?
It's Italian-speaking,
yes, because it sounds very... For a long time, I thought Locarno is in Italy, as long as I've never been there. And then I said, no, it's Switzerland. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually Switzerland, but yes. Well, it's...
But probably they use English like usually in important festivals.
They speak all the... Usually in the Italian part of Switzerland, they also speak French, both French and German. Yeah.
And German too, because have you seen the big winner also, the Iranian film?
No. That one, I think, passed when I wasn't there.
And on the second position, it was one from Ukraine.
And that one too, I couldn't see it.
But you were following to see the Romanian one? You wished to see it? You went to see it? It's by chance?
It was a bit by chance. Well, I actually spoke to Radu Jude like a couple of weeks before going.
I remember that His Excellency, your ambassador, wished to send him in December to something, to a meeting.
In November.
In November, yes.
This festival of Balkanic
Yes, because Mungiu is starting to work to a new film and so on, so he couldn't go. I remember.
So, and in that occasion, he told me that they would be in Locarno, and I said, "Oh, it's actually it's the same period. I will be there because I only had this window, these 3 days at the beginning of at the beginning of August, and I went there and I met him and I saw the movie, and I also had the I saw a lot of movies.
So he's going in November or not?
No, he's going to, because I think he's in Berlin right now for I think he's teaching over there. I don't remember exactly, but so he couldn't.
So who is going in the end? We don't know yet.
I think they because they were looking for some Romanian for this time, but then probably they changed the country.
It's
next
a pity.
time.
Yes, next time. Yeah, I suppose this is yearly or every 2 years or something.
No, it's yearly. Yeah.
In which city?
Rome.
Ah, in Rome.
Yes.
But it's not the famous Rome festival.
No, the one
organized in order to be as a sort of competition to Venice, because I've been to the first edition in Rome, so that's why. Yes.
No, the
when
one...
Juno got the prize, I still remember. Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
No, the Roma Film Festival is starting, I think, in a week. So this one is another. It's a Balkanic film festival.
Yeah,
so
we are not so much Balkan, to tell you the truth. Yes. Usually when I are saying that somebody is too Balkanic, it's not a good good connotation for us, which is a pity. But probably each and every of us, from time to time, there are things like that we are never thinking too much. But
but I think there is a fascination in Italy for Balkans. So for the good and the bad.
Not so good. Yes, and not so good being more diplomatic than the diplomacy itself. I think I think that from the point of view of cinema, this part of the world is very, very interesting. So I think there are a lot of important and interesting authors at the moment in Romania, but not only in the entire area, I think. So having to have a Balkanic film festival, I think it's a plus. Yeah, it's a courage to find the films, first of all. Yes. I think it's quite important. One of the Balkanic film, made in Macedonia, it's with 2 Romanian actresses, with Alina Șerban and Ana Maria Marinca. Ana Maria Marinca from Juice Palme d'Or, 3 months, 2 weeks. 4 months, sorry. 4 months. 3 weeks and 2 days. The film had huge chances for the Oscars of the international film. So more or less, we have Balkans and we have the 2 actresses. Maybe they will take this one. I don't know if they took it or not. It was in Venice.
Okay.
So probably, I suppose, because it's a mixture. It's a perfect mixture for what they needed in there. So it will be a.
But it's not out in the cinemas, or
in
Romania here?
In Romania, no.
Not yet.
Not yet. I hope it will be, but when it's from a smaller country and surrounding us, usually just in festivals.
I see.
Because it's complicated to get, the audience prefer the American films. By the way, which is your favorite comedy for all over the world?
Well, I must say that my favorite one is an American one.
Yeah, okay, see? Yes.
It's Arsenic and Old Lace.
Yes, Arsenic și Dantele Veche. That's the Romanian title. Okay. We also adore it. It was, it started also as a play, because we just discussed about this one, yes. And
so a film from the 30s. I love that period for films. So screwball comedies, but also all the Hollywood movies from 30s to 50s. They're my favorites. So I love noir movies. I love Western of that period. Also, they started the love
stories. You don't like Casablanca?
I love
Oh,
Casablanca.
wow.
I love Casablanca. I saw Casablanca at the TIFF this year.
Yes, it's my favorite. That's why I think I've seen it so many times I can't count it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I also love melodrama, like Douglas Sirk.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites. So no, I love all the genres. This different kind of...
But what about Italians, generally speaking? Do they prefer comedy or drama?
For me, no, I prefer...
Not you, just Italian...
Italians, I think they prefer...
Italians from Italy, let's say, and Italians from America.
Okay. No, Italians from Italy, I think they prefer comedy.
Comedy,
yes. So comedy is very popular. It was... in the past when it was the Commedia all'Italiana, but also now...
Yes, we just discussed earlier about Totò and so on, yes. And Alberto Sordi also, because we have an Alberto in here, and he said it's not from Alberto Sordi, it's from a football player. I don't know who was a football player, Alberto, whatever, probably it was one. Yes, and
probably someone from Argentina or something.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so I know, we know quite well, yes, all this period, and even Mastroianni, he played so many comedy. Also, he was so handsome and so on. That is very. Usually, it's rare to have somebody so. Let's say, so fascinating and so on, and to play comedy. Usually, it's not their physique, they're very important plus. Usually, it's he has to have...
well, he was really one of the best actors we had.
Yes,
so
was for sure. But he had also Fellini nearby.
Oh, yes.
But not only, we know quite well, but in our mind, it's always... they work together, you know.
It's always La Dolce Vita.
Yes, because we like La Dolce Vita. Even the idea of La Dolce Vita, it's something sweet.
It has become a way of, like an expression in Italian language, and not only in Italian language.
But it wasn't before that, as an expression, La Dolce Vita?
Well, I think
there was just the dolce far niente.
Dolce far niente, yes.
Yes, we know it's
I think
that
La Dolce Vita is coming from Fellini.
Oh, just from I thought it was like dolce far niente. Yeah.
Well, probably it's coming from that, but it's the title of the movie that made the success of this passion. I think.
It's easy to remember. By the way.
I think that it was the most successful movie from that year, 1960. So one of the best success film at cinema in Italy, of the Italian cinema,
yes, audience and so on, It was shown also in TIFF 2 years.
Okay.
Ago, and even the poster was something with a famous fountain, of course.
Yeah.
It was a reproduction from the fountain, and it worked quite well. Something new? Any films except our comedy in the Italian Institute?
Yeah, well, we will have a screening next week.
Okay.
Actually, we have this week of the Italian language. It's a kind of format from the Minister of Foreign Affairs. So every year on the third week of October, and each year there's a different theme, let's say. And for this year we have the sustainability. So we decided to screen...
What film could be with the sustainability?
Siccità by Paolo Virzì. Dry is in the title in English. So it's a kind of science fiction about a Rome without rain.
Without water, yes, because rain is also water. Yes.
So that's why Siccità
is la Fontana di Trevi. So without water. Can you imagine that? Because we just discussed about it. And you are going to show it
at the Elvir Popesco.
At French Institute,
the French Institute next week. Then we have a lot of Italian movies from the film de Cannes. We will have also, well, we have our festival next year.
Yes, of course. So, so patient to see it.
We are studying the preparation for that one.
Because this year it was also in Timișoara. We had something with Zefirelli in Iași, and there is a promise also for next year. So
this year, I would love to have
Timișoara,
Cluj,
it was the cultural
and also
capital of Europe.
But for next year, for next edition of the festival, also have Timișoara, Cluj, and if possible, also Iași. I would love to.
Yes, of course. So we'll see you again, and thank you so much. See you soon.
See ya.